Need a motivation. He said, follow me. No V friends, cost like 40 G's. You can live your dreams. Whoa, I got NFTs, feel like Gary V. It's a lifestyle, flipping NFTs. VeVe lost 100 G's. Shout out Gary V. Win after win, it's a marathon. Investing all my money, what I've been on. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, epic VeVe live stream. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. We got a good drop today. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Pineapple Gang. It's wonderful. Had to bump the tunes today. Feeling good. Neck loosening up today. Feeling pretty good today. So today we have the first appearance of Doc Ock. I think this one's going to be pretty cool. We have a first ever new colorway, the Marvel red variant. So we're going to dive into the details. I'll let you guys know what I'm kind of thinking about this one. If I'm going for the drop, if I'm skipping it, if I'm picking one up in the marketplace, my kind of price predictions I'm going to be going over as well today. So stay tuned. We're going to dive right into the details. We do have the London decon drops coming up this Saturday. So I think those are going to be pretty cool. Pretty limited run. I think for the most part, for the decon drops, I am going to be probably passing on them. I don't really have the funds to be going for all these drops. So today we have Doc Ock. This is the first appearance. We have seen the comic book drop on the VeVe app already, but this is the first time we're getting him as a digital collectible. So I know Doc Ock has a pretty big fan base. It's a pretty big character, pretty big villain, I guess you could say, right? Anytime I think of Spider-Man, instantly I think of Green Goblin, Doc Ock, some of the big characters, Venom, of course, and someone that's not really into, I would say I'm kind of like an outsider for the most part. So that's kind of just my first thought. So I know Doc Ock is a pretty big character. We have 3 different variables, or I guess you could say variants, 3 different rarities. We have the uncommon, 7,616 editions for this one. I think it looks pretty solid, static pose. Now this is the different one, right? This is a brand new one, the Marvel Metallic Red. I've seen so many different opinions on this. I've seen people love this one. I've seen a lot of kind of hate on this one. I don't know if it's hate. It's just people that just dislike it. You know, people would rather have something else maybe. I've seen people say they don't like the all full red color. My first thoughts of it, I thought it was interesting. My first thought too was, okay, the fact that this is the first of many more to come instantly tells me that people are going to want to collect all the Marvel metallic red variants. Now in the future, maybe they come out with an all chrome color, right? We've seen people say they're kind of taking that Funko approach. I'm not exactly sure. I do think maybe in the future we could see other color variants. That's just speculation. I kind of hope they don't do that, to be honest. I hope this is just like the one-off metallic red variant. If they do, I don't think they'll do an all gold variant because we have the Disney Golden Moments already. I'm hoping they don't do like an all chrome type thing because I think it would just kind of get a little saturated if that's the case. If this is the only kind of stand one-off variant, I think this could be a big deal. Now, I say that because, one, I'm thinking more long-term. In the short term, I don't think it's going to really matter. Short term, months from now, I mean, weeks from now, probably won't see that significant value in this one. Not financial advice. Again, anything I say is not financial advice, just my opinions and entertainment, of course. So I do think long-term, when we start to see more and more collectibles come out in the all-red variant, whether that's Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, those are obviously going to probably do a little bit better than a Doc Ock all-red one at first in the short term. But I think long-term, if you zoom out, maybe a year from now, a couple years from now, maybe not even that long, or maybe longer, right? I just think long-term, people are going to want to go back. If they do have the red metallic Marvel, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk collectible, or whatever it is in the future, they're probably going to want all of them or maybe the very first one. Now, for me, I don't have the kind of funds or budget to get every single metallic red Marvel variant. So I am actually going to try to get this first one because of that. Now, I don't know if it's going to do that well right away. I think there's a little excitement about it, but for the most part, I feel like most people are kind of, I would say it's split, maybe 50-50, but I would say leaning a little bit of a turnoff. But I think once we start to see more of them, a lot of people are. I saw Superstar Money. Shout out to Superstar Money. I got his video up here as well to go over. He had a little Doc Ock price prediction, so I'm gonna go over what he said. I watched most of it, so shout out to Superstar Money. Love their channel. Make sure you guys go follow them. They're gonna be at 5K subs in no time. Same with VeVe and 3. Do they have the same amount of subs? It's close. It's close. But everyone's gonna be doing well on the YouTube. So shout out to Superstar Money. I know they did talk about what their price prediction on this was, and they kind of said how, you know, Bart and Homer was the first ever Disney collectible, and we've seen that one not do as well as some of the newer Disney collectibles, even though that was the very, very first one, which is definitely a great comparison. I would say this one is a little bit different, just because it's a variant of of Doc Ock itself. It's not like it's Marvel's first ever collectible like Disney was. We've seen the Spider-Man, Disney's or Marvel's first ever NFT. That one's doing pretty well, especially just because it's a combination of Spider-Man, the popularity of Spider-Man, and it's the first Marvel NFT. I do think I've always said Homer and Bart in that first Disney drop, including the skateboard, I think that one will do really well long term. But again, in the long term, short term, no idea what's going to happen. Price is probably going to go down a little bit just because of all these new drops. So I think long term, if you can hold out, it could be a pretty valuable one. If it comes out under retail even, I think that's a steal in my opinion. There is 3,616 editions of this one. So that kind of threw people off. I know for me, I expected the red one. I think I said on the live stream too, right before I looked at the details of this one. I said if they do come out, I didn't know their strategy with this one or the rollout plan. I thought maybe the red variant was going to be in a blind box, kind of like it was, but I thought there might only be like 100 or 1,000 editions of this one. And since I saw 3,000, I said, "Oh, that's interesting," because it's not the most scarce. We have the secret rare that is animated that has 1,600 editions. So I still think this is going to be the most sought after collectible. I definitely hope to get this collectible. I mean, I would love to have this one in my collection. I think the animation on this one looks amazing as well too. I do want to dive into kind of the details of this animation real quick. I posted it out on my Twitter. Here it is. It's actually the last tweet. Wow, okay. I haven't tweeted out since this. I had to put the music as the background. I don't want to play it because it's going to get unmonetized instantly. But I would say go on my Twitter account and look at this tweet. The music kind of makes it a little bit more impactful, I would say. Oh. Well, that little bit doesn't get unmonetized. I don't even know if it's going to be monetized because I was playing Pineapple Gang's music in the beginning. But I do think the animation on this looks amazing. Yeah, that's fire. I think it looks really good. So that's the animation for today. I think it's a great animation. I mean, I think a lot of people are excited about that one. But to go on this one, I did think there was going to be less editions. So that told me right away, okay, because I do think that is their plan to kind of have this be like one of the sought after variants, I guess, because I am glad they're not having a bunch of poses. I think they're listening to the community with that one, not have the same collectible with 4 or 5 different poses. I think that's a great idea and strategy for when we do have millions of users and we have a popular collectible that drops and not everyone can afford that secret rare, ultra rare, and so people will be happy just to get an uncommon or common. But right now I don't think we have, because it's a bear market, because of everything that's going on, I think it's a smart idea to kind of close the gap a little bit and only have three different, I guess, choices here. We have the static pose of Doc Ock, which I'll let you guys know, typically I'm not really a fan of gambling on the blind boxes, especially when you don't have that much money or gems to put in. I don't think it's the best strategy. You guys know I usually don't go for every single drop. I usually only go for the ones that either I love or see value in or think it's a highly popular type collectible or character. But for this drop, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like the not Mandalorian, the Boba Fett drop. Because for me, I wanted that ultra rare Boba Fett. And I said, you know what? This is still a first appearance of Boba Fett. I'm okay with going for the drop, hoping to get that ultra rare animated. And if I get an uncommon or common, I'll just keep it in my collection. I'm not going to sell it because it's the only one I have, and it's still a first appearance of a big character. The collectibles that I don't have a secret rare of, and luckily I've been able to get a lot of secret rares: Black Panther, Spider-Man, the Thor, the Captain America. The ones that I don't have the secret rares of, and it's a big time popular character that I love or see big value in, I'm okay with just getting a common or uncommon, even if it does come out under retail. I mean, if it comes out under retail, I'll just hold on to it. I won't flip it or sell it right away. But I am interested in the animated one, and even if I get the ultra rare, the red one, my game plan was originally to at least get a few of these. But if I get one on the drop, I'll just hold on to it. And if they do go under retail, which it's 3,000 editions, it's only 50 gems. If this was like an $80 price point, I could see it going under retail. But only 50 gems, 3,000 editions. Maybe it's floating around retail. I don't really know about this one. But I think I will pick up a few if it does go under retail. And if I get it on the drop, I'll just hold on to it. Same with this one. I'm completely okay with having the FA Doc Ock uncommon just for my museum. And I've been pretty fortunate, pretty lucky on these drops. Now, you guys know with the comic books, the odds of getting a secret rare on a comic book are insane. It's pretty, the odds are not in your favor. And let me just kind of go over the odds real quick, because I think most people don't really realize this. For the comic books, the odds of you getting an ultra rare, secret rare are not high at all, especially when we have a drop like yesterday. So you guys know ASM number 300 dropped, right? To get a common, you have a 1 in 1.63 chance, probably getting a common. A 1 in 4 chance at the uncommon. A 1 in 10 chance at the rare. 1 in 21 chance at the ultra rare. And a 1 in 42 chance at the secret rare. Now, to me, those are gambling odds right there. Probably not going to get them. But again, you know, if you're okay with holding a common like I was yesterday, that was my game plan, right? Go for the drop because it's a big-time comic book, in my opinion. And if I get the common, I'm just going to hold on to the common. And if I get the secret rare, then that's great. Now, yesterday, because I saw the prices running up, I decided to flip that common, gave me the gems to get a 3-digit common, and then I let go of a couple other collectibles to get the rare. So that was my game plan yesterday. That's what I did to get the 3-digit and a rare. Now, if you look at the odds for today, crazy difference. And it's usually the case with these collectibles on the blind boxes. Now, just need to focus up a little bit. Maybe I'll just click it. See the odds down here? No, but we got to focus up. Give me a minute here, fam. All right. Well, focus isn't really working, but if you look at it yourself, the odds the odds of getting uncommon 1 in 1.67. The odds of getting the ultra rare 1 in 3.5. 1 in 3 for the ultra rare. 1 in 8 chance for the secret rare today. So you have the same chances of landing a rare yesterday on that comic as you do today with the secret rare. Interesting, right? Now, again, if you don't plan on holding this, it may not be the best one to go for the drop. Just because there's a chance that the uncommon and the ultra rare could go out under retail. And if you don't really like this collectible, like Dr. Ock, don't plan on holding it, it's probably not the best drop to go for. Like I said yesterday, and I think Superstar Money said it on his channel too yesterday, the drop yesterday was almost like a guarantee to kind of profit. So it was one of those to where I said, even if you don't love this one, probably smart just to go for it. It's probably worth it. Now, for this one, it's a little bit different. I still think it's going to sell out. Just a lot of uncommon editions here. I think 7,000 I said, right? Let me just check. Yeah, 7,000 editions for the uncommon. I still think it's going to sell out, though. Maybe not in a split second, but I don't know. I'm actually torn on this prediction here. I may be wrong. It may sell out instantly still because Doc Ock is really popular. I'm just trying to gauge the overall market sentiment with bear market and everything, but I think the secret rare will do great, especially long term. Short term, depending on how, I don't know if the market's going to be closed or not, and that's something that's kind of been off and on, and that's usually a game changer. Everybody knows by now. I mean, it's all different. So I don't really have a prediction if the market's going to be closed or open today. So kind of just got to play it by ear. I do think the secret rare is going to be at least a few $100s, a couple $100 between like 250 and 350, 400. Could it 500 maybe? If you're like the first couple in the marketplace, we usually see, depending on the market, how it opens up. The first few are usually pretty expensive, and then it comes back down. I'm going to get some comments real quick. What it do, JD? What it do, LJ? Price predictions on the secret and aftermarket. I think I just read your mind, brother. I do think the max that's going to come out is like, let's see, there's only 1,000 of these, right? 1,600, maybe like 500-600 max. I think the lowest that's going to come out is like 250. I think a lot of people would be excited to scoop this one up at 200, 250, even maybe 300. We'll see, though. I mean, I'm not too positive on this one. And I don't really have the funds to be added in right now either. So if I don't get the secret rare, which I'm going to get the secret rare on the drop. Who else is getting the secret rare on the drop? Let me know in the chat. Let's go. I think I got a 3-digit mint secret rare already locked in. But if I wanted another one, I think I'm just going to have to wait until maybe the market comes down. We get another big drop or something like that. I do see this one maybe coming back down once the hype kind of goes away and we get that next big drop. But animation on this looks amazing. We doing this fantasy league? And I don't think so, LJ. For everybody in the community, I just felt like there wasn't enough demand. Not too many people wanted to do it in the Discord, in the community. So I'm in a couple already. I think I'm in 3 total leagues, so I don't want to be in too many. If you guys do want to, definitely let me know. Nobody answered in the in the chat, so figured we probably won't, but we still got a week or so left. So if you guys do, just right back, let me know. Jimbo Lee Lingo, good morning. Dr. Strange, how we doing, fam? What's your thoughts on this drop? I didn't see any videos from you, so all things strange. What you thinking about? You going for Doc Ock? You passing? Super Simona's not going for the drop today. Pretty solid move right there, Super. The red variant is pretty cool. I do wish these were scarce too. I think in the future they will be more scarce, just my opinion on it. I think if we do get, say, like a Hulk, a Wolverine, another Miles Morales, a Spider-Man, any big characters, I do see this being like a scarce red variant. And I think just for the first one, they wouldn't have a lot of people possibly to have this one. That's just my guess, my first thoughts on this. I'm kind of hoping that's the case as well, too. I think it's going to be good for the showrooms as well. That was my first thought process, too, Local Scalper, is just pass on the drop, get the secret animated one in the marketplace. I still may end up doing that. I still may end up passing on the drop and just doing that. Kind of just depends on if I'm feeling lucky or not, but like I said, I usually don't try to gamble in these. You guys know I usually only go for the drop if I really see value in it, if I really, really love it. I stop going for every type of drop, so we'll see. I kind of feel like this is almost a Boba Fett type drop for me. I said when that one dropped, the common or the uncommon, whatever that one was, possibly could definitely go under retail with a $70 list price, but still FA Bubba, just something I wanted to have in my museum. The Century editions will be insane. 83 just isn't a very celebrated amount of time. Yeah, good point there. I mean, I hope we don't have like an 84th, 85th. You know what I mean? But it's definitely an interesting little twist here. You know, that's one thing I feel like they could be surprising us with. Now, their whole theme is under promise, over deliver, right? And that's why I felt like when a lot of people were saying this collectible's not animated, what are they doing? I was like, just give it some more time. We don't really know if it's animated or not yet. And so then we saw that it was animated, right? And then the whole kind of disliking of it was, well, there's no sound with it. Maybe there is sound once we do see it in our app, right? Maybe it's kind of like that under promise, over deliver. I'm kind of hoping so. Now, there's a possibility it could be animated and no sound. We've seen that happen with the T-Rex, or not T-Rex, that had sound, but I think it was Beta and Blue and the other dinosaurs. They were animated, but they didn't have sound. Now, to me, that also told me that if they had animation for the T-Rex and sound for the T-Rex and these other collectibles that are animated and they didn't have it for the other dinosaurs, there has to be a reason, right? To me, it's the same thing as like if they can market right now, but they're choosing not to, there has to be a reason, right? Obviously, I think that reason is they just feel like the VeVe app's not ready just yet. Eventually, it will be. And my thinking or reasoning for there not being sound is maybe this is like an upgrade possibility in the future. Maybe if you are a master collector, have a certain rank, maybe if you stake a certain amount of Omi, you're going to be rewarded with the ability to upgrade your collectibles, meaning have sound for a couple of these animated collectibles. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not, and it's all speculation. If it's accurate and turns out to be right, I will clip this. Let's go. It's just kind of my thinking because they've said that these collectibles are going to be able to be upgraded in the future. So maybe that's the case. Maybe if you're a big Doc Ock fan, maybe you're a big Jurassic Park fan, and you want those animated collectibles to have sound. Maybe that's one of the upgrades, right? Yeah, good idea right there, Zachary Roy from the Palace. Shout out to the Palace gang. I do think that there's a chance that the red one could go under retail. I'm so on board with this. Yeah, that's hilarious. Superstar money, let's go. Last place in the football pool needs to wear a spandex suit in their next video. Yo, that is hilarious. I'm so on board with that one. Alex has to wear one in his next AMA update, community update. That would be hilarious. Shout out to Steven. Don't just go for it because I'm getting you guys excited. You know, at the end of the day, I may end up even passing on this drop, just kind of giving you guys my first thoughts. I do love the Secret Rare animated one. So it's one of those things where I probably will eventually, my game plan is to eventually pick up that Secret Rare animated. But like I said, I don't really have the funds right now, so I may just hold off and kind of wait until maybe we do have another big drop, if there is another big drop, and then hopefully these come down a little bit and then grab it. But if not, you know, I'll be perfectly okay with just grabbing an uncommon static one for cheap under retail at FA Doc Ock for kind of like the showroom purposes. Superstar money, skipping this one. Not sure if it will sell out. Yeah, good insight right there, Superstar. I feel like there's a chance that this one doesn't sell out just because of the 7,000 editions of the common, or I think it's uncommon. Yeah, uncommon today. I think a lot of people are going to go for this. Again, it's the chase. A lot of people want that Secret Rare, and a lot of people aren't into holding these collectibles right now. So I think if they get the ultra rare or even the uncommon, they're just going to flip it for whatever the floor is under retail, if that's the case. Now, if the drop happens and the ultra rare does go under retail, I think that's a good one to stack. Not financial advice, of course, because everyone's situation is different. But for the long term, for long hold, I do think people are going to want that one. Now, that's long term, maybe a year or two out when there's other red variants of other big time collectibles. Bravo to those skipping and not bothering to go for something they will end up flooring below retail. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a big thing. I mean, I've definitely had to learn my lesson, you know, in the early days going for every single drop. A lot of times you realize you don't love these collectibles, not every single one, right? So that's why I always say things that I've learned is to go for the things that you really love. I think, one, it makes it a lot less stressful dealing with constantly worrying about the prices and everything like that. Oh, he's back for Spider-Man. Let's go, guys. Superman, how we doing, Superman? This is another great insight here for someone who that is debating going for the drop. It's an FA of a popular villain with a 1 in 3 chance of getting better than the uncommon. Worth a punt. I feel like that's a good argument and good case for that as well. Wow, Gary, you got 2 ultra rares on the Boba Fett drop. That's insane. Hopefully you have some good luck as well today on the secret rare. Wow, Alex G confirmed no sound. Good to know. Good to know. Now that tells me the fact that they can easily add sound and they didn't. It tells me that this is probably going to be an upgradable thing. Almost confirms it for me because they could easily add sound to any of these, right? You've seen it before with the dinos, other collectibles like Spider-Man had sound, just like the shooting of the web. Captain America had sound, the slamming of the shield. I think Thor had sound as well. So they can easily add sound, but to me it feels like they're starting to prepare for these upgrades. So I hope that's the case. Let's go, punch. Got me on the big screen. Let's go. In the end, we gonna make it. How we doing, fam? Yeah, we can definitely do a poll. I think I have to do the poll in the live chat on my YouTube, on like the YouTube channel. I've never did a poll before. I don't know how to do a poll. I may not have the amount of subs to be able to do a poll. I don't know. If you know how, let me know in the chat. Never tried one yet. Today is Robert's first secret rare. Let's go. Facts, absolutely. I mean, Ritmo got animated, and that was a surprise that nobody saw coming, right? And I think another reason is that the reason why Ritmo got animated is like a surprise for season 1, or I should say the surprise after season 1 to end it, is because Tokidoki is the first ever license that VeVe secured. So I think they probably have one of the best relationships with the founder, co-founder Simone Legnu of Tokidoki. But exactly, if the fact that they can upgrade these collectibles at will shows me that, they definitely have the ability to. Getsy, how we doing, brother? I don't know if I'm going for this one, to be honest, Getsy. I'm kind of a game time decision. I don't think it's ROI the best decision to go for this one, because I think there's a chance the ultra rare, the uncommon could definitely go under retail. I think honestly it'd probably be better off to maybe just grab the secret rare. The bots beating the AF15 and the ASM 300. A lot of people are saying that too, that the bots hit the last drop. I have no idea. I feel like there's definitely a possibility for how fast it sold out. I did see Doctor Strange's video. I think he was doing it with VeVe Arcade. Shout out to VeVe Arcade. I was watching their video last night, a little bit of it, and he was saying that he's got screenshots of like so many of what he thought bot accounts were listing in the market. Could definitely be the case. It did sell out extremely quick. And the price did run up really quick as well, too. It was a little bit different than usual. Also, I felt like a lot of people were asking me in the chat, is this worth going for? And I feel like there's still a lot of people asking my thoughts if they should go for it or not. And they're either bots or tied with the bots. So that's kind of my just conspiracy theory on this. I feel like people are trying to tune in to see if it's worth going for or not. Worth botting or not. But so I may have to just give my opinions closer to right before they drop in the future. What up, Willow Kid? How we doing? It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Willow. How old are you? 21? Secret rare for Willow for his birthday today, brother. Hope all is well, my man. I don't know who's bigger than Doc. I don't know. In my opinion, I would say Green Goblin, but I know comics, Doc Ock is actually a way more valuable comic book than the Green Goblin one. Popularity wise, they're both huge. Maybe more so recently, Doc Ock, but I would say I don't know. Me personally, this is just a personal perspective for me. I say Green Goblin, but again, maybe it's Doc Ock, right? The weird thing is that the FA of Green Goblin is a Marvel Mighty, and it's not going to be that premium collectible animated. So, little bummer there. Hey, let's go, Willow. Yeah, shout out to Willow, man. That deck is awesome. I think you're gonna like it a lot. And it's gonna match the VeVe NFT too a little bit. Nice little combo. Yeah, that's a fact right there, Punch. The other thing you gotta realize too is, think of how niche the comic collecting industry, the world is right now in the physical world, right? Once you get that ease of access to everybody who has an iPhone now everybody who has an iPhone is a potential collector. You've seen how many new collectors there have been ever since VeVe, and I think it's only going to continue to happen. How are we doing, sub 1,000? I did get a comic yesterday, Austin. I actually got the comic. I got a comment on the drop, random mint, and it was only like a $35 floor. And I was like, this is really low. So I was just holding on to it, and then it prices skyrocketed, ran up to like $80. I actually flipped mine at 79. I didn't know if it was going to keep going up or not. I thought there was a chance it definitely could have, but it would have gave me the funds to get a 3-digit mint, which I ended up doing. So I was pretty happy about that. And that's what I ended up doing. I flipped that one that I got on the drop, got a 3-digit mint, and then I ended up getting a rare. No, I don't think it's you. There's a lot of people that come on every single live stream. I know you guys aren't bots. I just want to know if we going for the drop. I feel like it's a lot of times it's like the random usernames that pop in. Like if you go to the last live stream, I don't think you can see the lives anymore, live chats, but last live stream, there's a couple like brand new users that I've never seen before kept asking me, is this worth it? And I kept thinking like, this is a little odd, but who knows? Maybe they're random people too. I think it's totally fair to go for the drop, even if we were looking to hold long term. I think it's totally fair to go for the drop if we are looking to hold for long term. That's how I feel about this one. In the end, we're going to make it. I kind of feel like it's the same with that Boba Fett. Like, obviously, in the short term, those lower rarities are going to go down pretty far. So if you're looking for a quick flip, gets you. If you're looking for a quick flip, probably not the drop to go for. Like I was saying yesterday, I think yesterday's drop was probably the one to go for if you're looking for a quick flip. But if you're here for the long term and you want to hold on to these collectibles, I think it's not a terrible idea. Just with the awareness that it could definitely go under retail in the short term. We got about 26 minutes to drop. If I had a bunch of funds right now, a bunch of gems, I probably would go for the drop, and then I would just, if I get the uncommon, I would just complete the set. But because I don't have that many gems right now, I may actually pass. I'm leaning towards passing right now, and then once I do have the gems, I'll just go back and grab the secret rare. I do think the Marvel Metallic Red will do well long term, though, guys. That's my opinion. I know some people are kind of against it. Just my opinion. And I agree with this punch. There won't be enough to go around 100%. Let's come back in 3 years when the masses have adopted. Wow, this is enormous. We will have a metaverse, VeVe-verse. And that's the thing, Punch. I think at that point, a few years from now, we will start to see reprints of some of these comics, some of these collectibles. And that's when people are going to start to understand, oh, now this is a reprint. That other stuff that we were FUD in, weren't really sure of, had a lot of fear, uncertainty, right? Those weren't reprints. This is the first print ever in a new medium, right? That's the thing. Most people think, or not most people, I would say some people are kind of worried that these digital comics are reprints. They're not. This is the first time ever Marvel is releasing limited edition digital comics. Fantastic Four #1, MC1. These are AF-15. These are legendary comics. First time ever being released, limited edition in a new medium. Once we start to see, years go by, and these comics get out of reach for the average user, I think that VeVe teams even talked about having like a Todd 2.0 and a lot of these collectibles reruns or reprints, because at some point these collectibles are going to get out of reach, and that's why I think renting is also going to be a huge factor. Let's go, Punch. I hope Dan and David does see this. I hope they do see this. We need to send our thanks and gratitude to our David Yu for being the visionary making dreams come true. For Dan, the tech genius working extra hard coming through. And love, Alex G. Let's go. Can't forget about Reese as well, too. You know, Reese is a huge part of the whole VeVe Comey fam. He's been here since day one, before they even released the VeVe app to the public. Kind of wild, right? Super Rush, how we doing, fam? Let me get into some of these videos now. I do want to dive into, shout out to Superstar Money. I'm going to dive at, I don't know if he's still tuned in or not, but we're going to be diving into his video. A little bit longer of a video. We got VeVe and 3's video right before the drop. I'm going to play. It's about a 5-minute long video, so I'm interested to see what they have to say about Doc Ock. Play through games. Sup, JD? Just saying hello, bro. Appreciate you big time. Played through. Coming in, showing some support. Let's dive into it, huh? Let's dive right into Superstar Money. Let's go.
Cool. Do you have the meme article? I have it.
Yeah, I have it right here. So
Got it?
You know, one thing I want to say about their channel, you know, they do a great breakdown of their kind of price prediction method. I think it's a great method to go by. You know, not everything is, you know, 100% all the time, but I think they give good insight into what they do to calculate it. So let's dive into it. We'll probably watch like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it. We won't watch all the way to the end, but we might. We're gonna watch most of it, so let's dive into it. Let's see what they have to say, huh?
So that's the common, which is the standard pose. I think we're gonna have issues with that one.
Yeah.
The red one, I've seen a lot of hate on this,
Yeah.
but it will be the first red Marvel. It's almost like Marvel's like, oh, we got to do a golden moments type of thing, and go with the red one. If you compare all golden moments, I just want to say something. If you compare all golden moments, the first one being Bart and Homer is not the most expensive one. So if that is your reasoning to think that this will be going through the roof, if they come out with a all red Spider-Man, you're done. It's not going to happen, even if it's not FA. I think Spider-Man or Miles Morales. Can you imagine they come out with a red version of Miles Morales? It's over.
Yeah, maybe this will do better over time as more red ones come out, and you'll have to collect the whole red set. But
yeah,
it doesn't really excite me right now.
It doesn't mean that it will be the most expensive one. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Right away, great insight right there. Kind of that's where I got that Homer comparison in the beginning. I heard him talk about this. Now, kind of like what Rob said, you know, in the short term, I don't think it's going to matter much. You know, it's just a red collectible. I'm thinking more so long term after we get a bunch of these, or even just a few of these. I do think people are going to want the very, very first one, even if it comes out with these highly popular collectibles or characters, I should say. I mean, having a red Hulk, red Wolverine, eventually it's going to be like, what was the first red one? It's Doc Ock. Now, I do think in the future they could make the red ones a little bit more limited, and I think that'll do great for their value. And it's a little bit different than just, you know, the first ever collectible like Bart, because I would say it's a little bit more similar to like the Bart example. You know, first ever Disney NFT would be a little bit more comparable to the first ever Marvel NFT, which is a Spider-Man. A little bit different comparison with the colorways, but I completely understand what he's saying there. And it doesn't mean it's going to be, you know, the most valuable red variant. I just think from when it comes out under retail, I think there's a lot of growth there from where it could be long term.
Yeah.
And then you got the animated one, which we showed a little bit earlier. So,
Pretty cool.
Rob, why don't you pull over to your screen, show them our spreadsheet, and kind of walk them through how we got our numbers, and then we'll have a little bit of back and forth and explain ourselves.
Listed price is 50. Common, you got 7616. We got, sorry, I'll do it over here. I think the ultra rare 3616, 3616. Secret rare 1616. 616. David, you playing games with the numbers as per usual. Earth 616. So you got a 60% chance at a common, 28% chance at ultra rare, and you got a 12.58% at a secret rare. Now, for price predictions, we had to come up with some comparable. One of the comparables we thought of was Boba Fett. Boba Fett had a common at 11,980 mints. It's currently selling at 20 gems. Uncommon 9932, selling for 20 gems. And the ultra rare 5,932, selling for 150 gems. That one's animated. So we just kind of did the same thing with the mints adjustment, right? And we just multiply it by a factor, and this is what we got. So if you normalize the fact that there's 7616 versus 11980, you multiply it by 20, you get 31 gems on the common, 55 gems on the ultra rare, and 551 gems on the secret rare. Just kind of like treating the uncommon to multiply the ultra rare and the ultra rare to multiply the secret rare. So we felt like, from what we did last time, we need to add some kind of decay factor, and we wanted some other comparables to help us out. The other one was Thor, actually, and also Buzz. So Buzz ultra rare, there's 2,000 mints selling for 120 gems, and then for the Thor drop, pull it up right over here. This is Thor Ultimate. Hold on, because the Thor is actually the main Marvel character that's animated, so it's pretty good. If I can't pull up, I have it written down over here. It's 270 gems, and there's 2,200. So you got 2,200 mints, 200 selling for 270. Then you got the Buzz selling for 120, and there's around the same thing, 2,000 mints. So you're somewhere in that range, and that's not animated. So what we figured was that the common would be maybe half as good as, let's say, a Thor. So we multiplied a 50% decay factor to that, and we're saying 15 gems for the common.
Woo!
I think that there's two in this set that people want. There might be some draw.
I do think it could get down as low as 15, 20 gems. I think it may start out a little bit higher, but I think it could work its way down there. Just because there's 7,000 editions. Now, long term, could do well.
Towards the red, because it's the first red. I don't think people like the pose. I've seen the sentiment on Twitter of the red one, but if people are going to go for this, they're hoping for the red or they're hoping for the secret rare. Anything less is an instant flip, I think, in my opinion. I think that's where you're going to see a huge sell-off on the common, and there's 7,600 of them. I actually don't think this drop's going to sell out, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think if we look at Not My Buzz, you're going to see that. I don't even know if that's sold out yet, but the difference here is that the animation on this one is really, really clean.
Yeah.
The graphic of the actual Doc Ock, though, like if you look at his body, his face, there's a lot of trash talk about it. They say that the suit's too tight. You should be wearing like a military outfit. I don't even know what it is. But a lot of people aren't happy with how the actual character looks. The animation's clean, though. I don't know how much of a draw Doc Ock is, especially for younger people. Buzz, everybody loves.
I do wish they had the red one. When I first, like I said earlier in the live stream, when I first looked at the medium article the other day, or right before I looked, I was thinking, I didn't know their rollout strategy of how they're going to do the additions. I thought like the red one would be like a mix in with the blind boxes of like 100 editions or maybe like 500 editions in there. So 3,000 editions, I think, threw everybody for a loop. It's like, it makes you want to go after it because it's different, it's red, but then the edition count makes everybody's brain go like, wait, do I want to go after it? Now, that's why I say zoom out and think about long term. 3,000 editions really isn't that many. For when there's, a year from now, 2 years from now, and there's a bunch of different red variants. It's going to be red variants on all collectibles almost, right? Now, because of that, the first one, I think, will do well long term. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to take even longer than we expect to do well. But I do think that first red one is going to do well. My opinion.
Was Buzz. They did Buzz wrong, though, right?
So not my Buzz.
I feel like that might be your closest comparable because Buzz IP is up here, but they did them down here. And then this one here, the IP is like middle of the pack, and they did them like middle of the pack. You got a sick animation, but you got a kind of weird graphic. So I feel like Buzz might be the best comparable.
Well, speaking of the ultra rare, right? We gotta give it, I guess, some credit because it is the first red one that they're gonna do a whole series of.
So I'm reading some of the comments right now. They just broke my brain with this early morning math. Shout out to Austin. Dubes is chilling. Think he might skip this one. Good morning, Dubes. Another one. Shout out to Planet Vampire. I'm gonna read this comment real quick. I'm speculating there could be an airdrop for owners or for owning reds from all the sets because they're unpopular. And VeVe wants to encourage collecting more than flipping. Also, they're trolls.
But still, like it's if it doesn't sell out, it's going to take a big hit on that ultra rare. We were thinking that the ultra rare could sell around listed, that the red one would sell around listed.
Yeah.
If it doesn't sell out, I think it's going to go even less.
I think they're spot on with that. I think it's going to come out maybe just above listed and work its way down, possibly.
I think that what we typically find is the ones that don't sell out, it's really that if people are just gambling to get the secret rare in this case. Yeah. So as we were mentioning, Buzz is pretty well known, especially in the VeVe community, probably more popular because Buzz is more of a hero than is a villain, right? We know in the comic book world, the villains have a shorter lifespan and they have less fans because of it. So Doc Ock is one of them where he would be less popular than, let's say, a Buzz. But what would he sell at? Obviously, this 551 we don't agree with. We think there's no chance. If Thor animated is 270, Buzz is 120, there's no way. So this is where Joe and I weren't really on the same page. I was thinking that since it's scarce enough and the animation is cool enough, if Thor's 270 and there's less mints than Thor, it could trade for maybe 180 to 200. Joe, what were you thinking?
I think what we can see here.
I think that's the low end.
Maybe for all rarities, especially the ultra rare, I think you can see out the gates a little bit of FOMO into the red one, and then I think it's going to come right back down to box just because people are going to realize, like, what did I just do? Why did I just buy a red fat guy in a suit? I saw some good comments on Twitter. Like,
that's hilarious.
I know their plan is probably make the whole thing the color just like those golden moments, but imagine if the tentacles were red. And the rest of the body was the same, or he's wearing a red suit.
That cracked me up,
but
man.
anyway,
What did I just do?
Perform well, especially if we don't see that sellout. And
I think it's going to be in between these two. I think 550 is like the high end. Maybe like if there's, it all depends on how the market kind of opens up. If there's only like 3 of them available, it could be in that high end of like 550 ish. But I think it's going to work its way down and find a floor at like anywhere from 200 to 350. It's a 150 gap window. It's pretty big, but I'm not that confident. Yesterday, I wasn't that confident in my price predictions on the common, and I actually hit that spot on yesterday. I was kind of surprised. What's it at right now? It's at 46. So I said yesterday the common would be anywhere between 40 and like 90 to $100, which is a pretty big gap again. It's like almost 50, 60 gems, and we saw it reach 90, 80. I saw mine for like 79. I think it reached like 85, and it worked its way back down to 40. So I don't know how I got that one right. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? But I do think they're pretty spot on with like a range. I think it's going to be kind of in between those numbers.
And then on top of that, the secret rare, I was lower than the 150. Rob was higher. I think he's gonna be around where Buzz is at. I think he's gonna be around 120. I think the IP of Buzz is bigger. It looks clean like that. The Buzz actually has like really, really clean graphics. It's just not my Buzz.
Yeah.
It's not animated. It's not animated. This one has a really clean.
If Buzz was animated,
makes them
I'll tell you what. If Buzz was animated, it's gonna go crazy.
Even I do think out the gates will come out maybe a little higher, but I think they will settle down and we'll see him around 120, 130. So we settled on 150 somewhere in the middle. And,
I see that about
I
right.
think that's fair.
We just said, okay, we'll go down the middle. We'll say 150 for this one. It's pretty cool to have. It might be it's the bear market. We tend to see these collectibles continue to drop in price. You don't
150 to 250 is what I'm saying.
It might be,
we're 350. I don't know.
Think about it, because you're getting a secret rare
200 to 350 is my guess. 200 to 300 in that range.
ultra rare and a common. Not bad for MCP, and you're probably going to get them for maybe just over 200.
Yeah.
For all we know, it might go under 200. Especially,
I don't think it's going to go under, but I will dive into finishing this one. I want to get to VeVe and 3's video. We only got about 10 minutes left, so this is going to bring us about 5 minutes before the drop, and then we'll finish Superstar Money. I feel like you got a pretty good price prediction of what they wanted to do, and I really wanted to show you guys just how they calculate it. I thought it was interesting and a pretty solid way to do it. You got to also enter in a lot of variables and different factors, but I think that's a good ballpark estimate of what they do. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Superstar Money. I'm going to be getting on their channel a little bit as well. Let's dive into VeVe and 3. Shout out to Heather and Corey. I'm really interested to see what they have to say about this one. I do think Doc Ock Secret Rare is going to start out high and work its way down and maybe settle to like 200, 250, 300 is kind of what I'm thinking.
Welcome back to VeVe 3 with me, Corey, aka Old Rhubarb on VeVe, and
me, Heather, from the VVT, and also Heroes and Heroines.
And our next collectible drop is landing on Wednesday, August 31st at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and it is Doc Ock, classic Spider-Man villain. Retail price for this one is going to be 50 gems, and this will be a blind box format for the 3 collectibles.
We'll obviously look at the variants today, but just in case you're new to the character, we'll break down Doc Ock. We'll obviously look at the variants, but just in case you're new to the character, let's break down Doc Ock. Dr. Otto Octavius was conceived by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko back in 1963, and he first appeared in comics in The Amazing Spider-Man number 3, a comic we already have on the platform.
Real quick. Does anyone have these comics? Let me know in the chat. You guys have the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, secret rare? This comic does really well in real life, so this is one that I have a 3-digit common, and I got the ultra rare, and this is one of those comics where I actually enjoy the ultra rare variant the best out of them all. But again, that's just kind of my own personal opinion. I think the secret rare will still do great in that it has that inherent value of scarcity. So just cover art wise, I love that ultra rare on this comic.
We have on the platform. His arms initially were developed so that he could handle toxic
Shout out
conditions
Dubes.
without endangering his actual arms. Then a lab explosion fused them with his body. Sprinkle in some radiation and a Silver Age plot device, and he became Doc Ock.
And Doc Ock is considered one of the 3 primary arch nemesis arch enemies of the web slinger. And throughout his 59-year run in comics, he's been a friend, mentor, enemy, and anti-hero. Notably, he created and led the Sinister Six, which was the first supervillain team to ever oppose Spider-Man. And Doc Ock's movie presence has been filled by the actor Alfred Molina, who's just done an outstanding job, in my opinion, of portraying the Doc. While the character was in some Sony-verse Spider-Man movies, he made his first Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU, entry in Spider-Man No Way Home. We mentioned this specifically because this marks his canonical entry and sets the stage for future usage. And future use of the Doc likely is going to be tied into Secret Wars.
Here, Dr. Doom and the Doom Platoon. Magneto, Dr. Octopus.
Feels like we've been talking about Secret Wars a lot lately, right? Well, that's because the current Marvel marketing push is for the Secret Wars, a lot of characters that we've been seeing associated with that. And with Secret Wars rolling out in 2025, Marvel knows they can make bank off a lot of speculation-based purchases leading up to that release. Before we look at these collectibles, a quick shout out to the Rhubarb Patch family. Yet another member put some roots down in the patch. Welcome, Ian. Thank you so much for joining. As always, all members are automatically enrolled in the weekly giveaways going down on Fridays. And with that, let's dig into these variants.
First, we have the uncommon Sinister Foe variant, meaning 7,616 editions. This costuming and design leans heavily on the Doc Ock's origins, but there are some technological upgrades to his reactor core. You know, that glowy thing on his neck and on his back, and we wouldn't see those advancements until later on in his comic runs. Overall, I kind of wish it was 100% attributable to a specific comic or movie appearance, because that would ground the character in some sort of history. But beyond that, this is a really clean and well done piece.
Next, we have the Marvel Metallic Red, coming in as an ultra rare and minting 3,616 editions. This Marvel Red is mentioned in the VeVe press release as part of a new series that'll be part of the Marvel 84th year anniversary. Honestly, we don't know how we feel about this one. Anniversary merchandise, a lot of times, feels like a cash grab, and this is truer when it's in association with a sort of random anniversary. Regardless, for fans of the character and Marvel in general, it's going to look really slick to have a whole collection of red metallic characters from across the Marvel library.
The Secret Rare Ultimate Animated Doc Ock is minting 1,616 editions. This is some pretty clean animation. Again, we use a lot of video quality when we try to zoom within the web app to increase the size, but overall, this looks and runs really nicely. Mint nods to the 616 universe throughout all of these pieces, which is clever. So keep your eyes open for those 616 mints. And all said, I'm kind of still holding out hope for more premium quality collectibles from Marvel. Not that these don't look great, but it's always nice to have artist information, sculptor information, and something that's just a little bit more premium in feeling. At the very least, we wish Marvel and VeVe would consider looking at companies like Sideshow or Hot Toys for the potential digitizing of highly rendered pieces. I mean, just look how clean this Doc Ock from Sideshow looks. It's mind-blowing. And this level of premium detail and quality is why Sideshow can ask hundreds of dollars for a collectible piece. I, for one, would feel far more comfortable seeing
It does look
retail
good.
costs increase on the platform if the quality would increase as well.
And that's a wrap for this info dump. Good luck if you decide to go for the drop. Doc Ock is definitely an OG when it comes to the Spider-Man universe, so we know that we're definitely going to be adding at least one to our collection. I'm not sure if we're going to be gambling on the drop because we definitely think the lower rarities will be going for under market retail on the secondary market, but we'll see how things go tomorrow. Until the next video, this is Heather
And Corey.
signing off.
Great video, guys. A little 5-minute warning as well too. I think they hit the nail on the head with that one. Cash grab. We get some more comments. We got a 5-minute warning here. Reese Skellern, yes, the shoeless guru. Best vibes since day one. Can't never forget to thank his kind soul. Also the foundation of the world. Thanks to Al Khan. Absolutely. Shout out to Al Khan as well too. Absolutely. And Punch, that's the thing, right? I mean, everybody goes through ups and downs. And sometimes, we all get frustrated or upset with certain things. But when you zoom out and you start to realize and where this is going, nothing's changed. We all go through ups and downs, but fundamentals haven't changed. It's just that's how it goes in the short terms of things, right? Ups and downs. But when you zoom out, everything's gonna be all right. You buying up all the inventory or now? What up, Green Goblin? You might have to change your name to Doc Ock today, brother. Good morning, Shaw. Go. I think a lot of people are passing on the drop today. That's big, Punch. I'm not too sure how many comics there are. Excuse me. How we doing, December? Appreciate you big time. Originally I wouldn't go for this one. I may end up going for it. I don't know. I'm still kind of torn. The reason why I would go for it is because I do think the uncommon is going to go into retail. There's a chance the ultra rare could go into retail. But if I get one of them, this is one of those sets I plan to complete anyway. So if I do get an uncommon, I'm just going to get an ultra rare and a secret rare in the marketplace. It's not one I plan to stack. So even if the uncommon goes under retail, I'd be saving $20. It's half off, right? I plan to get the ultra rare and the secret rare in the market. So because of that, I may end up just going for it. We got 1 minute 30 seconds. I'm 3 gems short. I don't think this is one of those drops, Dubes, where it's not going to be an end of the world. Like yesterday, I felt like probably should go for it because it's going to be profitable no matter what rarity you get. This one is definitely more of a gamble, and you guys know me by now. I don't like to really gamble on these, but for me, it's like a Boba Fett. And Boba Fett was $70. I'm going to keep the common, even if it goes under retail for my showroom purposes. Like when I don't have that secret rare, I plan to keep the common or the uncommon. 3 gems short. We got 50 seconds to the drop, fam. Same, Dubes. I've been huge on the comics lately. I've actually sold off a lot of my random comics lately. You guys probably see me in the marketplace. What is Johnny doing? Is he selling off? But I let go of a lot of my random comics for some of those bigger comics. Like I got the Rare Venom. I got Avengers 4 Ultra Rare. I got Avengers 4 3-digit. I got a couple of bigger comics. So I don't want to have like just thousands of random comics. I want my collection to be like stuff that I really, really value and that I love. So I'm probably going to be going for this one. I'm just going to show you guys the technique. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's gonna sell out though. So yeah, it didn't sell out. It completely moved on me. Should I buy it? I got 163 seconds to go. I'm still right here on the screen. I didn't hit buy now yet. I wanted to just show you guys like where, like how I do it, but the buy now moved on me. Let me know, is the buy now still up? I feel like it's probably gonna still be up. Buy it for the boys. You know what? You guys crack me up, man. Oh my god. Let's see what it is. I'm crying right now. Do it for the boys. Secret rare 81 for energy. I got the metallic red. Let's go. This is a funny one. Let's go. Red fat guy. Energy just had the drop of his life, I think, brother. You guys crack me up, man. Some of the funniest things right there. Energy, this is gonna be huge, brother. 81 secret rare. I think anything under like a sub 100 animated secret rare is gonna do really, really well for this one. Wow, 99 ultra rare. You got Super Simono? Or you mean the price? Oh, wow, the market's open already. Okay, interesting. You're saying it's $100? It's actually better than I thought it would be. It's probably going to come down. I think it's going to come down maybe slightly below retail, to be honest. I got the red fat guy in a suit. Almost. Solid Austin. What's the secret rare going for right now? Uncommon's definitely got to be below. Yeah, $30 right now. Secret rare is $250. It probably started at like a 500 price point, but it's back down to $250 right now. So far, looking good for the price prediction. Yeah, I don't think it started at 250, dudes. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like it probably started at 400 or 500, and then probably a few more got put in there for 250. Yeah, solid move, Getsy. Wow, Ian got a secret rare today. Shout out to you, Ian. I'm gonna put the red fat guy on my profile screen. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, it didn't come in yet. Okay. Shout out, Willow. To be honest, if I got a secret rare, I'd flip and buy comics. I think comics are a great way to go, guys. I wouldn't say every comic, because the thing about comics is there's like 30,000 plus Marvel comics, I believe. So I do believe a lot of comics will just be kind of not as valuable. The great thing is, though, for the Master Collector program, that's going to boost the value in a lot of these comics that wouldn't normally have value. But for me, I've tried to stay to like the I'd rather stay with the top tier comics, like the top 10. Like recently, I've just let go of a lot of my comics that I didn't just love. Kay Walker just said, bro, I got so excited and bought one. Got another red fat guy. I'm holding this forever. That's hilarious. I got my button fixed. Yeah, solid move right there, Willow. For me, this is a set that I do plan on completing. I think I'll wait until that secret rare comes back down a little bit. once we get another big drop or something like that, I see it probably. It's already at 200. So for me, if I can get a secret rare for like even this price range, like 150 or something like that, depending on if it comes down or not, I do think it's going to have a little bit of a boost soon, and then it's probably going to come back down, in my opinion. And once it comes back down, it's probably when I plan to complete this set. If I had the SR Spidey, it would be different, but I don't feel as compelled to go for Ock. Yeah, that's fine, Willow. I mean, that's completely okay. I don't think it's going to do like crazy numbers. Like I said, for ROI purposes, this would probably be a great drop to skip. But again, I'm kind of in a different situation than most people. I feel like I'm kind of trying to build like a museum, a digital museum of stuff that I love and see value in. So this is definitely a secret rare that I do want to grab, but yeah, I don't think it's, if you're in it for ROI purposes and stuff like that, I think it's a okay one to skip. Wow, Knight Rider. Wow, what? Knight Rider just got a secret rare Doc Ock, mint number 777. What? That's like my dream collectible right there. Wow, shout out to you, Knight Rider. You just got my dream mint number right there. I only have one of these mints. Whew, burping. Excuse me. My only 777 mint number is my Coca-Cola Uncommon Snow Globe. That is one thing that I wish I did or was able to collect, a bunch of 777 numbers. So Knight Rider, if you want to sell that bad boy to me, I would be more than happy to take that off your hands. But you just got to make sure you don't sell it for a low, because that's a big time collectible right there. Anything sub 1,000, sub 100 is going to do well. And I think that mint number specifically, I'm not the only one that's going to love that mint number. People will love repeating mints if it's 555. Shout out Gary V. Feel like Gary V. He loves number 5. Or like 3333. Any kind of repeating triple mints like that is huge. So shout out to you, Knight Rider. That's a big one, bro. Well deserved. First one, too. First Marvel SR. Yeah, absolutely, dude. 777 is hands down my favorite mint or a clean 1 to 900. Same here. I would rather have a 777 than any other 1 to 900 mint as well, too. Again, that's my favorite number, and it just feels like a lucky number. You know how popular sevens, I think seven's like a pretty popular number. So, yeah, big congrats on that, Knight Rider. And you're a loyal subscriber, person who always supports the channel. Loyal VeVe fan too. So I'm glad that you got that mint number. Got the secret rare, and you got that mint number. Shout out to you, man. Feeling blessed to have missed it. Yeah, shout out to Green Goblin. Yeah, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you big time for tuning in. Again, I feel like this isn't going to be one of those collectibles to go for if you're only in it for ROI investment purposes. This isn't the type of collectible to go for, I feel like that's a big thing too for VeVe drops. You have to be aware of, is this like an investable investment type drop, or is this a collectible that's more so for fun, for entertainment, for showroom purposes? Like, that's a big difference right there, because VeVe's going to have everything. VeVe's going to have those drops that are like, whoa, this is iconic, historical. It's not an investment app, it's a collectible app, but depending on what drops, there could be investment opportunities. So I always say you got to know the difference between, is this like a drop for investments? Like, is this going to be something iconic, or is this one more so like for fun, entertainment, showroom purposes? And I feel like this drop specifically was definitely for like kind of more so fun. Rich buddy, sorry, I'm gonna be the D-head and say that 777 ain't worth nothing. See, this is where it's kind of subjective, right, Rich? To you, it may not be worth anything more, and that's perfectly okay, right? Like, some people don't value mint numbers. Some people don't care what mint number it is, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But then you have some people, some collectors that will pay big money for certain mint numbers, like thousands of dollars extra for certain mint numbers. So to each his own, there's no right or wrong way, but that's the thing, right? Hey, I guess so, Willow. Is this actual Marvel's birthday, or is they just celebrating it today and it was like a couple days ago? It probably was today, to be honest. Yeah, August 31st, 1939. Obviously, the year's a little bit different for Willow. But yeah, August 31st. Marvel Comics #1 opened the doors to the Marvel Universe for the first time ever. Marvel celebrates its birthday on August 31st. Yep. Crazy. Human Torch, the first ever Marvel superhero. I was born for the MCU. Yo, let's go. Let's get Willow a little acting game up, huh? I picked up my uncommon for 15 gems. Shout out to Getsy. I felt like, Superstar Money pretty much crushed the prediction there. Felt like it definitely could get to 15 gems, that uncommon. Secret Rare is pretty low right now, 169. Could definitely go to 150. I don't see it really dipping below 145, 150. Could be wrong, but kind of just how I see it there. Oh, great. Yeah, was this the D that David Yu was referring to? Doc Ock. I don't know, Willow. It could have easily been Dragon Ball Z, and maybe Alex was trolling us saying, it's definitely not Dragon Ball Z this week, guys. Let's just nip that in the bud, because he likes to troll, and he's hilarious, too. And I say troll because it's all about the details and what Alex says, I feel like. If he says, guys, it's not coming this week, nip it in the bud. I don't know if that's what he said or not. I wasn't on the spaces or wherever he said, so. But just pay attention to his details, because he likes to, key in on those detailed words. If he said not this week, maybe it's next week. You never know. Maybe the D was Doc Ock. Who knows? Man, Master Collector program points are definitely going to change the game, in my opinion. All right, let's see. Uncommons down to 11. Got down there really quick. Ultra Rare is at 40, so it is below retail, kind of like we expected. I thought it'd be just above retail and then maybe just below retail after it kind of settles. Secret Rare is 164. So it did start out around like 300 and work its way down to like 160 so far. I've seen it as the lowest. Definitely strategic with his trolling. That's the thing. You got to pay attention to those details. It could have been. It definitely could have been. I don't know the exact month, Justin. Great question. I know it's going to be coming. My new keyword is around the corner. Retiring soon. So it's around the corner. Yeah, definitely a little happy birthday to Willow. Celebrating his birthday the same day as Marvel. Rich Buddy is huge on the non-repeating mints. I feel like that's kind of different. If you do go look at 777 on a lot of collectibles, or a lot of repeating mints, they do have a high value. So maybe not every single collectible. I think it also depends on if it's a sought after collectible or comic or not. If not, then the 777 mints probably won't be that valuable. But if you look at a high-end collectible, repeating mint's probably going to be pretty valuable. But again, to each his own, right? Not everybody. Some people don't care about the mints. Some people do. So that's why I say it all depends. Yeah, definitely. To each his own. That's the thing. Yeah. And the other thing with those repeating mints is it's kind of like low mints, as in like they're not as liquidable as, say, like a a high mint or a floor of something else. But so like you could have it listed there for days or weeks or whatever the case is, but there is a market for low and special mints, of course, absolutely. Yeah, so Austin, great question here. It's probably the last question before I wrap things up. Austin says, weren't we supposed to be trying out that open lobby drop system like months ago? What happened to that? Yeah, so we were going to, they said, but because they kind of figured out the bot situation or at least got it under control, a lot of people are hitting drops now to where it's not really their priority. They kind of shifted priorities a little bit. That was a huge priority when nobody could get drops. It was impossible, instant sellout. But because it's not instant sellout anymore, people can get drops. It's not really their main focus. I think it is still going to come though. It's just it's not something that they're prioritizing right now. Exactly. And that's the thing. You just got to be patient with it. If you're in a rush, then it's probably not the best thing to have right there. But I'm going to go over the prices one last time. This is definitely a set that I do plan to complete. That's really, really the reason why I went for it. Because I said to myself, if I get the uncommon or the ultra rare, I'll just hold on to that one. Yeah, Secret Rare is definitely going to be, if it comes down, that's a great thing for anyone who's looking to buy one. We have the Secret Rare going for 158 right now. Man, if it comes down below 150, that's a steal in my opinion. We got the Ultra Rare going for 37. Now, this is one to where if it gets down to like $20, I said to myself, I'm going to stack this one. It's got to come down low enough for it to feel worth it to me. I don't want to stack it at 50 gems or even 40 gems. I probably wouldn't stack. I'd rather stack the uncommon at like 5 gems or whatever it gets down to, 14 gems. But again, I probably wouldn't stack that one either, just comparing to both. Like those aren't – I'd rather stack the Secret Rare if it gets below – like it could right now, below 150. That's the one that I feel like has a lot of value in the future, is that animated Secret Rare with only 1,000 editions, 1,600 editions. Yeah, Red Dude crashing hard. There's 3,000 mints of it, so it's kind of expected, Justin. We kind of said in the beginning for price predictions, uncommon's probably going to go under retail. The ultra rare was probably going to start out above retail and then work its way down below. That's exactly what happened there. And then the secret rare I thought would start out maybe like 400 or 500 ish and then work its way down to like 200 to 300. It's at actually 155 right now, so I may actually try to grab that one at like right now 150. Keep my eye on it if it dips down below, but hey, might be available. Let's go. Shout out to Night Rider. Yeah, I don't know. We can definitely talk about prices that you'd be willing to let it go for. I think it's definitely more valuable than the floor price, just to be transparent and honest with you. And that's kind of what we were all thinking, Punch. You know, as soon as we saw that red variant, I thought of initially the rollout was going to be maybe have 100 of those or like 500 of those in the blind box. So the fact that there was 3,000 of them is like, okay, that told me right away that it's probably just going to be the first one. They probably want a lot of people to be able to grab the first ever red variant. In the future, there could be 1,000 of the red ones, 500 red ones. Who knows? But in my eyes, the first one's going to have the most value. Could not, right? Superstar Money's touched on that. Spider-Man drops in a red variant. That's going to obviously have insane value right away because it's Spider-Man. Any kind of popular character is going to have a lot of value right away. Just in a collector's mindset, I think long-term, the first one is going to have a lot of value. Now, there's 3,000 of them, so maybe not, right? It all depends, but we'll see what happens with it. Yeah, 25 is a good one to get the red one. I was thinking maybe even 20. You know, if it gets down to $20 for the ultra rare, I think that could be a steal. It's at 36 right now. Secret rares at 150. Oh man, this is gonna be a great opportunity, I think. But we shall see. I'll let you guys know what I end up doing, what I end up picking up. Maybe I get the 777 from Knight Rider. Maybe we work out a trade, right? Who knows? But Knight Rider will definitely stay in contact. I'll try to see what I can come up with if I end up wanting it, or maybe I just grab a couple off the floor. We'll see what happens. But amazing pull either way. Appreciate you guys big time for tuning in. That's pretty much it for today. I will go over real quick Saturday's schedule. Saturday, this is Sunday, huh? Oh, wait. Saturday and Sunday drops. Here we go. So we got day 1 Saturday, day 2 Sunday. Okay, good to know. Kind of confused me there a little bit. Saturday's the first day of the decon drops, starting at early morning. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, so at 9 a.m. early morning. Yeah, 9 a.m. Yeah, okay, 10 a.m. $11 a.m. Okay, so 9 to 11 Saturday morning. Some limited drops there for decon. And then Sunday, let's see what time we're starting at. Sunday again, early morning, 9 a.m. So another 4 drops on Sunday. I didn't go over these just yet. I went over the last one, so we'll go over these. The Lincoln. Shout out to Willow Kid. I always think of Willow when I see the Lincoln skateboards. Wow. 750 editions for the uncommon. 550 for the rare. A lot more scarce than the first run. 450 for the ultra rare. 250 for the secret rare. I think this would actually be one to probably go for here. $40 and you got a chance to get a 750 edition skateboard deck here. I probably will go for that one. That's a good thing about these decon drops. You know, if you like the artists, pretty limited runs here. Ultra Rare's got 444, and the Secret Rare's got 111. If you get the water element here. Interesting. So just one drop for this one. $65 price for 1,000 of them. It might be a little expensive there. Ooh, $120 for this one. Wow. This one's going to be an interesting one. $120. That's expensive. For 1,288. Interesting. Yep, absolutely. Wow, that's a steal right now. It's glowing. Wow, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Knight Rider, we'll definitely talk on Twitter. I'll send you a DM in a little bit. Hey, appreciate you, Rich Buddy. I appreciate your insight, too, on the low mint, special mints, because that's a thing, right? Not everybody's into it. So it's always good to see some people that aren't into it. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely talk about it, Knight Rider. We appreciate you guys big time. I think I will be going for at least maybe one of these decon drops. Usually I stay away from them. But I think the skateboard decks are really intriguing to me because worst case scenario, you get a pretty cool skateboard with 750 editions. Which, if you look at the edition count for the other skateboards, these are really, really scarce. So it's not the first editions of the Lincoln skateboards, but I don't know. It's interesting to see what they do. So appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. That's how low it is. Woo! Steals right now, I feel like. This is one of those where it's an opportunity, in my opinion. I may have to exit off and buy some up right now. So appreciate you guys big time. I'll let you guys know how my plan works out, what I end up picking up. Till next time, I'll see you guys Saturday. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.